Dr. Ruja Ignatova. I'm very pleased to see you.
Small correction, at the time this video was filmed, her name was Ruja, but right now, that might have changed. You see, this person is the founder of OneCoin.
Cryptocurrency called OneCoin.
OneCoin has been described as one of the largest Ponzi schemes in history.
And also, she is the only woman on the FBI's top 10 most wanted list.
Other investors who were impacted by Ignatova and her company OneCoin.
Her crypto mogul and influencer career ran between 2014 and 2017 until she disappeared. Where might she be now? Okay, let's be frank. The FBI itself hasn't found her, so we're not going to reveal her whereabouts in a YouTube video. However, this does not mean there aren't any versions, and some of them are a bit weird. Ruja enters the scene in 2014. It's the height of the crypto craze. Bitcoin just had a spectacular rise and a sudden slump, and crypto entrepreneurs were worth a dime a dozen. Well, maybe not that much changed since then, but into that environment came Ruja Ignatova, a Bulgarian-born businesswoman who allegedly studied in Oxford, allegedly got a PhD in economy, and allegedly worked at McKinsey & Company. At some point in her career, she met Sebastian Greenwood, a renowned multi-level marketing mogul. They were the perfect match for each other. Sebastian brought his experience in attracting people to scams, and Ruja brought her know-how in running those scams. After all, she was already convicted of one in 2012, and also she was fresh off of founding BigCoin. Yes, yet another moderately successful crypto fraud. And so they announced to the world the founding of OneCoin, the next Bitcoin, after all the other next Bitcoins that were announced at the same time. Only with this one, the idea was very simple: to do whatever it takes to attract investors, and when the right time comes, get out. You see, your regular cryptocurrencies depend on the forces of the market. You can't set their worth arbitrarily, you have to play by the rules of supply and demand. With OneCoin, well, its price was completely made up. Ruja toured the world, giving massive presentations on how her currency is skyrocketing in value due to everybody wanting to invest in it. And on paper, it was skyrocketing, although not because everybody wanted to buy it, more because Ruja wanted it to skyrocket. And the right moment struck in 2017. A year earlier, OneCoin already got into some trouble, and at least several countries outright banned it, warning their citizens that it's a scam. At the moment, over 3 million people invested at least a bit into OneCoin, and the total revenue of the scam was around $4 billion. Ruja took some of that money, boarded a flight to Athens, and disappeared. Sebastian was arrested a year later and convicted. Some of the investors' funds were recovered, but the feds never got their hands on the crypto queen herself. Where was she? What happened to her? And is there any way we will see her again? There are 3 main theories where Ruja might hide. The first one is the Ionian Sea, somewhere around here, most likely in multiple parts. You see, the whole OneCoin affair had yet another major player, Christoforos Amantidis, a Bulgarian drug lord also known simply as Taki. Some reports claim he was a major supporter of Ruja's scam, and when that scam ended up like the majority of scams do, he got a bit displeased with that. There's a high possibility that after landing in Athens, Ruja got in contact with him and accepted his help to hide. Up until November 2018, she may have been residing on Taki's yacht, touring the picturesque Mediterranean coast. Whether the tour was pleasant or not is a difficult question to answer, but reports claim that Ruja never left the yacht and her life ended in a similar way to lots of other people who displeased drug lords.
What the hell is this? That's a Sicilian message. It means Luca Brasi sleeps with the fishes.
But at least the FBI never bought into this story. It's still conducting its investigation and operating on the assumption that Ignatova is still alive. If so, where could she be? Well, Ruja still owns a good deal of money, including billions worth of Bitcoin and other property. Considering her fortune and connections in the criminal underworld, she might have gotten herself her very own boat instead of getting on Taki's one. Which is another major theory, that she is hiding somewhere in the international waters, on her luxurious yacht, enjoying the high seas and the life of a stupendously rich fugitive. There's very little direct evidence to support that except for the fact that this sounds like quite a logical thing to do. And yet another logical thing to do would be to change her identity and live somewhere in the world with a new name and appearance. And that's the third version, that after landing in Athens, Ruja went straight for Bulgaria, her homeland. There she lived in one of her estates, and when those got raided, left for Dubai, becoming a different person in the meantime. This version lacks direct evidence either, but there's at least something to support that Ruja is still alive. In January 2023, 6 years after the disappearance, Ruja's London apartment was put on auction by the government. And out of nowhere, a lawyer claiming to represent the owner of that apartment came forward arguing against the sale. The listing was taken down, implying that Ruja briefly got out of her hiding place to come forward and claim the apartment, at least through her lawyers. Does this mean that she's still alive? And if so, where is she? And what does she look like now? Our guess is as good as yours, but all three versions seem plausible. So, which one is the most likely in your opinion? Tell us in a comment below and give the algorithm another reason to love us by liking this video, and maybe some of our other videos as well. We have entire series about cybercrime and lots more about other things cyber. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.